Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Carnage. And we got another, count this as a Madrid hype, because we got a match preview for the game on the weekend. Real Madrid versus Real Valladolid. Now, yo, what's going on, guys? Make sure you get in here, smash that like button, get in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well, people. And yeah, man, a lot of stuff to get into for this weekend, because this morning, we've had some breaking news, right? It seems like the injury issues at Madrid early on is just going to continue into this season as well. Because if you guys didn't hear, Jude Bellingham, he's injured and he will be out for the next month, which means he's going to be missing at least 4 to 5 games. And that's included one of our Champions League matches as well. So look, man, we got to talk about that, right? We're going to also, predict the starting 11. Saying we could also now even look at who should be replacing Jude, right? Like, we could have a little debate about that. But, yeah, man, look, that shit just sucks, bro. I mean, it's like, damn, last season, so many injuries. This season, we already got Camavinga out, right? Now Bellingham. And I think David Alaba is out as well. It's like, oh, my days, bro. Like, what the fuck is actually going on at Real Madrid? And the thing is, I woke up to the news, right? I'm obviously not in Spain, so they're ahead of us in time. And I was trying to find the video because they said that it happened during training. And I remember when Camavinga was injured, there was a video because Tchouaméni kind of mistimed his tackle and hit his leg. So I was trying to see if something like that maybe happened in training, but I couldn't find a video showing the injury. But bro, that's going to be a big blow for us. I think that there are some positives to the situation, but regardless, Bellingham's such a good player that you want him out there, right? He's not a guy that you want missing games. So that shit does suck, and we'll talk about that. But, yo, big up to everybody that's here, man. My guy, Bilal, says Bellingham injured, got me tweaking, not the way to start the weekend. Bro, I'm saying, I couldn't believe it. Yo, the thing is, right? Let me show you guys something. And now I got to update my thumbnail for the watch-along. Because I always pre-make my streams, right? Like, I'll do a week out. So usually on Sundays or Mondays, I'll look at the schedule and I'll see what games I want to do. And then I'll just create the thumbnail so I can have the event, right? Bro, now I got to take Jude off the thumbnail. And I liked it too. I was like, nah, what's going on? What you mean Bellingham's injured? He could take my muscle, right? I don't need it. Hold on 1 second, chat. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Look. I literally got him on the thumbnail for the watch along. Now I got to go back and make a new thumbnail. You know how annoying that is, chat? That is super annoying. Yeah, it's definitely not a great way to start off this Friday, Bilal, for sure, man. But maybe we get to see Arda to start. I mean, look, that could be a possible dub, right? Or maybe even Luka Modric. So, yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on that for sure. We'll talk about that in a second. Yo, what's going on, Sam? The intro is like a background to a drill song. Yeah, I really do like drill music. So, most of the instrumentals that you hear are going to be drill beats. It's just fire, right? But the song is fire, right? It's fire, right, Sam? You like it. Yeah, my guy. Big up. Mahmoud, what's going on, bro? How you doing, bro? Welcome. Camavinga, now Jude. Yeah, man, very unlucky. 2K says, Bellingham injury got us all tweaking. May you not alone. That's why I argued about Madrid releasing Mario Martin. We have 7 comps this season to play. We need play. Exactly, bro. It's a lot of games, a lot of minutes. And if we go deep, and I mean, we might not make the final of every single competition, but we could play damn near over 60 games this season. So to have Camavinga, who's going to be out for 2 months, now to have Jude, who's going to be out for 1 month, it's not ideal. But what I will say is I'd rather this happen now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather these short injuries happen early in the season, because the second half of the season, now that's when the marathon actually starts, right? Like, that's when you're going to need the squad. So as long as I think that we have a good enough squad to where we should be fine with these injuries. And again, I'd rather them happen early than them happen really late when we're, still trying to get over the line, right? And the thing is with Bellingham that I'll talk about is, even though he has this injury, I believe it's to his foot, right? Because I think I saw a graph that showed his foot. We need, chat, we need this guy to go fix his shoulder as well. Don't forget, we've been hearing the reports that his shoulder has been messed up, but he's kind of been pushing off getting that fixed because he'd have to miss time for that. And the ideal time would have been for him to get that fixed over the summer, but I can't blame him for wanting to represent England at the Euros. So that shoulder, the injury that kept him out in like December, January last season, that's still bothering him. So if I'm Real Madrid, what I would do is I would have him heal up with this foot injury and also at the same time fix that shoulder. And even if that means that he'll be out for 2 months, just get it done. You're already going to be missing time right now. Just get it done, get it out the way so that when you finally come back, we don't have anything to worry about. Because at some point in time, he is going to have to fix the shoulder. So get that taken care of now, even if you got to miss extra time. It is what it is. Seriously. But I do want to share the tweets, though, just that I saw about his injury. And I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? All right. What is it? Sorry I wasn't here yesterday. Bro, you don't got to say sorry. You know, well, like, it's okay, bro. You can make the streams when you can make them. It's all good. It's all good, my guy. Yo, sucks about the injuries, but the squad has depth and they're not as long. Yeah, you know, it's not the end of the world, but it just sucks, like, ideally, because you also want these players to learn how to play together, right? I always bring up about how, yes, Mbappe is there. It's a huge addition to the team, but a big loss that people don't talk about enough is Toni Kroos, right? Like, Toni Kroos not being in that midfield, it's a difference. We're going to miss him. You guys saw against Mallorca, we couldn't even control the game like that, you know, in terms of midfield. So it is a new system that these players have to learn. And we know that if everybody is fit, Jude is one of the names that are going to be in that midfield that's going to be starting. So the fact that he's not there while we're also trying to build chemistry for this long season is not ideal, right? I feel like that's another reason that it pisses. Now, if this was the same team as last season, right, and these guys already got the chemistry, Toni Kroos is in midfield, we're still running the 4-4-2, everybody knows what they're doing, then I'd be like, you know what? It's not as big of a deal, right? But it's a new system. So now when Jude comes back, he's only played 2 games with this team this season. So now he's going to have to come back. And now in like early October, middle of October, we're going to still be having to have him learn to play with these guys, which is what sucks. Sam says, we need to borrow some players from Chelsea squad. They got the whole, hey, look, bro, go give us Enzo Fernandez, man. 15 million and Danny Ceballos for Enzo Fernandez. Bring Enzo Fernandez to Madrid. He would cook at Madrid. Yo, Steven, what's going on, bro? Welcome, my guy. Can't lie, Bellingham has massively fallen off since January. It's true. It's true. But the thing is, Jude, I think his season that he had last season with Real Madrid was one of the best debut seasons that we've probably ever seen. Top scorer, won, I think, LaLiga Player of the Year. This guy was playing out of position in the false 9/10 role. And I think the reason why his performances dropped off a bit is because he started doing a little bit too much, right? Like, Jude is not that good on the ball, right? He's not that technical. He's not the guy that should be linking play and controlling the, the passing and, creating chances. No, Jude is an 8, box to box, that can crash the box late as well and get goals that way. But I think he started to believe the hype that he was getting. And I've been saying over time, Jude, you're not a 10. You are an 8. We bought you because at Dortmund, you were an 8. Now, Karim Benzema left last season, right? So that left a void up front. And I think Carlo did a great job of kind of, getting somebody to still play in the middle because we didn't sign a striker. I know that we brought in Joselu, but he's not the level of player that should be starting week in, week out, even though Joselu did have a good season for us. But coming off the bench, that's where he was best at. But I do agree that his performances did stop. Like, the goals dried up, right? But overall, he still was good. Even though he wasn't scoring goals, he was still involved, right? Like, this guy is an engine. He's everywhere in the midfield. And I get it, that people are used to seeing him score goals and stuff now. But this season, he was never going to bag as many goals as he did last. Now that you got Mbappe, you got Endrick, we have guys that can play as our strikers up front. You saw last week, Jude was playing deeper as an 8 because that's what he is. But I know a lot of people are going to start to say that he's fallen off because he's not bagging goals and, oh, he was a one-season wonder. And I'm just trying to figure out why would people kind of have that mindset when at Dortmund, he was never a 10. We didn't pay $100 million for him to be our 10. We paid $100 million for him to be what he was, an 8. So I think the goals, the stats will dry up a little bit, but I think he's still going to have a good season. In my opinion, I think Jude still bags like in all comps, like 10 to 14 goals in all competitions, which for me is good enough. And I'm expecting him to get maybe 8 to 10 assists. Like, that's what I'm expecting. Maybe even a little bit more assists, depending on how many games he actually plays. But know that he's dealing with that injury. Hopefully, we can finally see Güler in the middle of the park. He's one of the most technical players we have. Yes, Arda Güler is a beast. We will be talking about that as well. We're going to kind of run through some 11s, right? And, I'll see what you guys think. We don't. That's a narrative, I guess. Oh, you're talking about the big squad. Yeah, the thing is, CFC, you kind of just got to roll with the trolling, bro. Like, that is what it comes with. You're a Chelsea fan as well. A lot of people, they want to get on to you. They want to make jokes. You got to just roll with the punches, bro. It's all good. It's all good. What position do you want to see Jude this year? In the 8, what he was, right? We were in the 4-3-3. Right, we had Tchouaméni as that defensive mid, and then we had Valverde and Jude as the 2 8s. That's where his best position is. But the issue with that is we don't have anybody in that midfield that's technically good enough to control games, right? And again, this is why we're going to miss Toni Kroos. So, yeah, I'm going to bring up some tweets, though, in 1 second. Let me get to all your comments. Bro, the way you rate Enzo is worrying me. Bro, we're not talking about as a person, right? Like, I rate Enzo Fernandez as a player. Off the field, look, I'm not the moral police, okay? If I had to just rate people based off what they did off the field, then we can't rate Ronaldo. I can't rate Benzema. I can't rate a lot of guys that I do like. So I'm saying, look, as a player, though, Enzo Fernandez is a very good player, Chad. I mean, let's be real. I think the reason why you see him struggle at Chelsea is because it's an unstable squad, bro. If you look at just his play style, right? Look at how he's a deep-lying playmaker. He's one of the best passers in the Premier League. Right? And he can also go forward a bit, but he can't play as a 10. That's exactly what Toni Kroos is. Now, he will never be as good as Toni Kroos, but just in terms of when you look around the world, when you look around football, and you have to, let's say, bring in a Toni Kroos profile, Enzo is that. Literally. But I get it. Like, the hate for him is, I understand it. And again, I'm not defending him as a person. I'm just talking about just his footballing ability. I think if he was in a more stable squad, like a Real Madrid, I think he would cook. But I get it. He hasn't lived up to his price tag at Chelsea, for sure. So I'm not going to try and justify it, but I think they'd be making a mistake if they sell him. You're the only Madridista that I see that rates Enzo to actually play here. In my opinion, even Kimmich would be better addition than him. So the reason I don't agree with that is because Kimmich doesn't have that same skill set that Enzo. Again, I'm thinking of somebody that can control the midfield. I'm thinking of somebody that has similar qualities to Toni Kroos because we saw what the team could be with Toni Kroos there. So if you add somebody that has similar skills as the Kroos, then things can continue as normal. Kimmich isn't even a midfielder anymore. This guy's a right back. And he's, to me, yeah, we all know that Kimmich is a good player, but I think Kimmich is a little, okay? He's not what he used to be. I think people are thinking about Joshua Kimmich from 4 years ago. He's still a good player, but Kimmich in midfield is more of like that Tchouaméni kind of role, right? Like the deep lying midfielder. Kimmich's passing is solid, but it's not better than Enzo's. He's better defensively, though. So, I mean, different profiles of players. But nah. And I mean, I think Kimmich only has 12 months left on his deal at Bayern. So that could be something that we could talk about as well. If he doesn't end up signing a new contract, maybe we do go in for him. But look, the thing is, I usually do have like some unpopular takes, right? And I'm not scared to voice my opinion, right? Like, I don't really care if people agree with what I'm saying or not. Because if I do feel some kind of way about something, I'll voice it. And I know some people think that I might be trolling or whatever, but nah, bro. I honestly do believe every single thing that I ever say. Everything that I say, I believe it because I can argue it, right? Like I feel like, you know, you don't always have to go with the popular opinion, but Enzo's a good player. I'm telling you. And the reason that people talk about him the way that they do as a footballer, right? Not off the field, as a footballer, is because he's at Chelsea. If Enzo was at Bayern Munich, if Enzo was at, I'd even say Barcelona, if he was at a Man City, or if he was at Arsenal, you would see a better version of him. But this guy's had more managers at Chelsea than they've had wins. It's no stability there. And I rate a lot of these Chelsea players, right? It's not just Enzo. I think they have a lot of talent there, right? You got Reece James, you got Malo Gusto, you have Caicedo, Enzo, Cole Palmer, and Kunku. You just signed João Felix, who's a decent player, right? Madueke is a decent player. You got Levi Caldwell, right? Who's I think the hype for him was a little bit overrated, but he looks like he has some potential. Wesley Fofana, who's now back from injury, was one of the best center backs in the Prem before he got injured, right? Can't tell me that it's all doom and gloom over there. I just think it's no stability. That's the issue. But I think if a lot of these players were in, like Reece James, I would take Reece James at Real Madrid right now too. I think Reece James is one of the best right backs in the world. The problem is his injuries. But I think we need a Danny Carvajal replacement after, like, soon. I think Danny Carvajal is still the best right back in the world. But this guy is not going to be able to start every single game, right? And I don't really rate Lucas Vazquez like that. I think he's a decent backup. But in terms of right back, yeah, I would take Reece James as well. Chelsea, they have talent, chat. That's all that I'm saying. That's all that I'm saying, okay? Let me see. Yo, Zero, what's going on, bro? Says, I understand you got high standards, but listen, the way you man actually... Wait, what? Yo, well, I understand you got high standards, but listen, the way you man acting like you miss Cruz, yeah, you find a way to win, especially under the Don Carlo Ancelotti. Well, of course we're going to find ways to win. And my expectations are still to win at least 3 to 4 trophies. We're in 7 competitions. I'm expecting at least 3 to 4 trophies this season. I'm not saying that we should be prepared for a fall off, but you don't lose a generational player like Toni Kroos, not replace him, and then expect things to just be all roses and, you know, sunshine. No. Losing Toni Kroos is going to be a big blow for us, and we got to adjust very quickly, there. Hand Madrid the trophies already. Sam says, I think Guler or Modric will be a fine replacement. I agree, Sam, and we are going to do a predicted starting 11 after we talk about Jude's injury a little bit more. Yes, smash the likes, people, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you guys have not done so already, man. Big up to everybody that's in here. I appreciate you guys, man. Let me see. Sorry. Ooh, how do you say this name? Gullum! What's going on, bro? Welcome. I don't think I've ever seen you in the chat, but welcome to the channel. I see this as a much-needed rest for Jude and opportunity for Arda. See, that's the way to view it. As I brought up, his shoulder. Got to get that shoulder. Just get it taken care of now. I think he needs surgery, though, on the shoulder. Get the surgery now. Miss 2 months. Because what other time would he have to get his shoulder taken care of? If you're going to be out for a month right now, just get it done right now. Because in the summer, we're going to have the Club World Cup. That's a whole new tournament now with like 32 teams. So it's not even like you're going to have the summer. Well, you might have after that tournament to get it done. But why even risk it? I thought that if he keeps playing with an injured shoulder, wouldn't it just get worse? And then the longer you wait, the more time you'll be out. Just get it done now, bro. Get it done now. I think Enzo is overrated. He can't win duels and has poor finishing. So I think that's because you're looking at Enzo as a DM. He's not a DM. He's a deep line playmaker. So he's an 8, right? And he could play in a pivot, but he should never be your DM, and he should never be your 10. If that makes sense, right? Like, so he should never be the 6. He should never be the 10. He should be in the 8 role, right? I think on the ball, he's really good. His passing, really good. I think his shooting can get a little bit better, and he can also take free kicks. He's still young. He's only like 22. Or is he 23? He's 22 or 23 years old, right? So he can still get better. Like, he's not the finished player. If Enzo was 30 years old, then I'd hear it. But we can't act like this guy is not a talented baller. No? I keep saying losing Toni Kroos is a bigger loss than gaining Mbappe. Ooh. You know, I never thought about it that way, Bilal. I always kind of viewed them as like equal. You know what? I think I'll give you that actually. Because Toni Kroos last season was one of the best CMs in the world. I think he retired way too early. He could have definitely played at least one more season. I'm kind of annoyed that he's not here. Hopefully Florentino Perez calls him back and says, yo, bro, come back, bro. Come home. Come home. We miss you. Come home. What's the difference between Enzo and the GOAT Ceballos? Enzo's clearer than Ceballos, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, man. I do not rate Daniel Ceballos. Oh, my God, the GOAT Daniel Ceballos. I do not like Daniel Ceballos at all. At all. I think a player like him, I do get onto Daniel Ceballos a lot, right? And maybe it is a bit unfair. But a player like him should not be getting minutes for Madrid. And I think you do need players like him in your squad because you need guys who know their shit, right? Ceballos knows he's shit. He knows he's living a dream at Real Madrid, right? This guy shouldn't be here. But he doesn't cause issues, right? He doesn't try to, kick up about not getting that much game time. So players like him who understand that you should only see the field if there's injuries, I rate it. But I just don't like that it's him, okay? Yeah, man. Especially last season when I was seeing Daniel Ceballos getting minutes over Arda Güler. Oh, my days, bro. It's pissing me off, bro. It's pissing me off. Okay, will Kimmich replace Kroos better than Enzo? Nah. Kimmich is just defensively weak. No, his passing does not clear Enzo's passing. Absolutely not. Did you guys not see that assist yesterday that Enzo got for Madueke? Come on, bro. Stop it, Zaire. Stop it. Okay, so this for Ricardo. Okay. Kimmich is much closer to Kroos than Enzo. His versatility is also a plus and shows there's more upside to him than downside. I get you from a versatility aspect. Yeah, right? Because he could play right back, could play DM, could also play as an 8, right? I'd say Kimmich is good enough to do that. But I don't think he's closer to a Toni Kroos profile than an Enzo is. Do you guys think that Kimmich's passing is better than Enzo's passing? I don't think so. I really don't. I really don't. But all right, fair enough. Chakadell says a 4-4-2. Yeah. We'll talk about that in a second. Kovacic was okay. Talking about Kovacic. One more thing I respect about Chelsea is how they buy players for the club, not the manager. They understand that the managers leave. You will see it with United buying players for managers, buying Ajax for Ten Hag. Yeah, I mean, look, and that's the way that it should go. Yesterday on Madrid Hype, we did talk about how so there was a report that came out that said Real Madrid, they do talk to Carlo about transfers, right? They consult him, they ask his opinion, they ask who he may want, but the club ultimately sign players that they want, because at the end of the day, managers come and go, right? And you should be buying players that fit, like every club should have an identity. That's how I view it, right? And you should be buying players that fit your identity. When you got to go get managers, you should be bringing in managers that can use these players and that represent your identity, right? So if you're let's say Real Madrid, right? And you want to play possession-based football, slow build-up with wing play, right? Like your focus needs to be on the wing because you got Vinny, you got Rodrigo, right? So like that's what you want to do. You shouldn't be going to get a manager that wants to play a back five. You know what I'm saying? Like you should be getting a manager that complements the players that you already have. That's the way to go, right? And I like that Chelsea are doing that, right? You see Manchester United, Ineos have come in, they've taken all control away from Ten Hag. Ten Hag, you're just the coach. Coach the team. But they're buying players that they want. You saw with Manchester United, right? Ten Hag had the final say for transfers, right? He was having a huge input. This is why you saw bums like Antony, Mason Mount, right? Tyrone Malacia, like all these players who are flopping now were guys that Ten Hag wanted because he had that much power. And that's a mistake. I feel like that's how all clubs should. Like managers, yes, I think managers should be consulted, right? Like you should just never just go sign a player without talking to the manager, because then that's how you end up with a Victor Roque at Barcelona, how his agent came out and said, that Xavi never even talked to him because he didn't want him, right? So you don't want a situation like that. But if I was like a club owner and I had a manager, and if I have an idea for how I want my club to play, I want attacking, possession-based football, right? I'm not going to go sign a Jose Mourinho. I'm not going to go sign a Conte, right? Because they play pragmatic football. I'm not going to go sign Diego Simeone. No, I'm going to go get managers that have an ideal philosophy to what I do and that the players I have, he should be able to work with. And then when I bring that manager in, right, we're going to talk about transfers, right? I'll say, give me a list of some players that you want that fit this profile. And if I agree with some of the players that he wants, I'll try and get them. But ultimately, it should be the club's decision, not the manager's. So, yo, spot on, 2K. I'm with you. That's how I view it as well. For me, like, that's how proper clubs should be running. City 4-0 tomorrow. Mark my words. I think we are going to be doing a Man City watch-along tomorrow. Funny enough. Do you guys play Ipswich? I think I will be doing that. Tomorrow is a long day. We'll be doing Man United versus Brighton, then Ipswich versus Man City, then Villa versus Arsenal. That'll be me tomorrow. So, you know, hopefully I see all you guys here, man. Those watch-alongs should be a lot of fun. Last week was dope. Modric recently keeps pissing me off. He has the tendency to give the ball away even when he's not being pressed. Ooh, you know, I haven't even noticed that, Ricardo. I haven't even noticed that. Do you think that maybe that's due to him maybe just having a bad game? Or did you notice that in preseason? And did you see that against Atalanta? Or was that just against Mallorca, Ricardo? Let me know in the comments, bro. Because I haven't really noticed that. I remember against Mallorca, he was the first sub that got brought on. And I was kind of annoyed with Carlo because I'm like, bro, why did you wait until the 85th minute to make the other subs? But let me know what you're talking about, bro. The whole Madrid community will cry on Sunday when Carlo starts to buy. Bro, if this guy starts Danny Ceballos, bro, I gotta drink some water, some ice water, because now I'm getting hot thinking about Danny Ceballos starting. And big up to everybody that's in the chat. Big up to everybody that smashed the like button. Make sure you guys subscribe as well. Bro, let me tell you something right now. If Danny Ceballos starts on Sunday, some words will be said, okay? Carlo might have to hold some smoke. There's no way. Like, what are we talking about here? Ceballos. I'd rather us bring back Nico Paz from Como and start him on Sunday than start Danny Ceballos. Edwin. Oh, shit. Yo, what's going on? Enzo is mid. Are you crazy? He's not mid. Bro, Enzo starts for Arsenal. You guys just signed Marino from Real Sociedad to start next to Declan Rice. Are you kidding me? Marino is so mid. This guy can't pass. He's not good on the ball. He can't handle a press. So now you're going to have two midfielders that aren't good on the ball and can't deal with being pressed. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. Enzo would start at Arsenal. What are you talking? Enzo's the kind of profile that you need next to Declan Rice. What are you talking? Nah, big up to my guy. Big up my guy, Eddie, man. Have some shame. And that assist was against who? Does it matter, Zaire? Does it matter who the assist? You still got to get the assist. The fuck? Just because you're playing a shit team, should I not perform well? Should I go drop a stinker because I'm playing an inferior team? Like, what kind of... Bro, when people say that, do you know, Zaire, that argument can be used against Bayern Munich, right? Because you're in a shit league. You're playing shit teams 85% of the time. Bayern Munich is playing in a farmers league. It's a whole farmer system for your team. Everybody sells to you. Bayer Leverkusen just won the league. And you're about to take Jonathan Tah, their best defender, off of them. And you want to talk about who other people are playing against? You guys know how Man City, they have their feeder clubs, right? Girona, Troyes in France, right? The Red Bull organizations. They got Red Bull Salzburg. They got Leipzig in Germany. They got Red Bull New York. Those are their feeder clubs. Chelsea, they used to have Vitesse. That's their feeder club. Now they got Strasbourg, who they send everybody to. Bayern Munich have the Bundesliga. The Bundesliga is your feeder league. So by that argument, Zaire, you absolute fraud. Big up to my guys there, by the way. But you're a fraud, okay? If you want to use that argument, then who the hell do you guys play most of the season? Your biggest rivals are Dortmund, and they're human traffickers. Your biggest rivals want to buy young kids, make them good, and then sell them for high profit. And how many of their best players had you taken from them? Lewandowski, Mario Götze, friggin' like who else? So many players. What are we talking about here, Zaire? So keep that argument in mind, and I'm going to use that to now downplay most of Bayern's games. Because you're not playing against anybody important. Bunch of shit teams that don't care about winning. I know that Leverkusen won it last season, but that's an anomaly. The first time in like 15 years that a team aside from Bayern Munich won the league. And you guys are going to win it again this season. So what are we talking about? What an absolute fraud you are, Zaire. Nah, big up to my guys there, Talks, though, man. Big up. Mahmoud says, bro, calm down. Bro, I'm just talking. Okay. Let me do a few more of your comments, guys. Then I do want to pull up some of these tweets about Jude's injury. And then I do want to do a predicted 11, talk about the game real quick. And then we'll call it a stream. Let's see. Oh, sorry. I didn't even read this. I brought it up. I didn't read it. My fault, Ricardo. The host has his own opinion, but anybody who watches Kimmich knows that he's past master of the highest level. Okay, fair enough. And you know what? I actually like this. I like when you guys disagree with me, right? Like, I don't want people just always like. Now, if you do agree with me truly, then yeah, agree with me. But I don't like when people just agree to agree, right? I like that everybody has their own opinions. That's what I want. Like, that's what I like. Because I like debating. I like having back and forth conversations. I like hearing other people's opinions, right? Like, that's what it's about. So, yo, big up to everybody, man, that's in here. Let me keep going. I think Guler could mix up well with Rodrigo. They can switch and link with Mbappe. I agree. Let me see. Marino is clear. Okay. Marino doesn't even start for Arsenal right now. He's not a better fit next to Rice than Jorginho. He's not a better fit next to Rice than Partey. So what you bought him to boost your squad. Yeah, he is a good. He does make you a little bit better, but he doesn't make your starting 11 better. Nah. What do you mean, man? The Bundesliga farmer sides play a low block. I don't know. Oh my days. All right. Well, you know what? You know what's there? Good luck this season against Dusseldorf FC. Okay. You know what? Like, good luck. If Enzo was here, he would be bringing water to Chouameni. You said my man would just be riding bench. Hey, look. And the thing is, I'm not saying to bring Enzo in to start. I just think we just need a Toni Kroos profile of player. That, again, I'm not saying to start him. But again, we're in 7 competitions. We're going to more than likely be playing more than 60 to 65 games this season. You guys see Camavinga injured. Jude injured. You think those are going to be the only 2 injuries? There's going to be more injuries throughout the season. You need a bigger squad, right? To be honest, it's like almost every match that Modric starts or comes on, just watch him and you will see. All right. We'll definitely be paying attention on Sunday, my guy. Man, I feel like this is like a Q&A kind of thing. I'm just reading the chat. Because I just like interacting with you guys. It's awesome. There's something on Twitter about Saka starting over Rodrigo. I saw that, bro. I saw that. On what planet is Saka better than Rodrigo? Somebody name me one thing that Saka has better than Rodrigo. Because I can only think of one. That's why I want Arsenal in the Champions League. I said it yesterday. I want Arsenal in the Champions League. Football is a humbler. These guys need to be humbled. How the hell does Saka, the only player for Arsenal that you could make an argument for is Saliba. Saliba is the only Arsenal player that maybe gets in because I do rate him very highly. Saka is not better than Rodrigo. The only thing that he has over him is versatility in terms of Saka could play as a left back if needed. But Rodrigo could play right wing, left wing, and as a 10, and as a center forward if needed. But because Saka can play in a defensive kind of role, he has that. Okay, he can play in defense and in attack. But Rodrigo, better on the ball, better crosser. I would say better finisher as well, right? Especially, when Rodrigo plays on that left wing, he's a top 5 midfielder in the world. How many times have you guys seen Vinicius go down with injuries? Rodrigo steps up, plays on the left wing, and this guy looks like a completely different player. On top of that, he's also a bigger game player. Rodrigo is Mr. Champions League. What's Saka doing against Man City? Because I can tell you what Rodrigo does against Man City. I can tell you what Rodrigo does in the Champions League. What's Saka doing? Come on now, stop playing with my guy Rodrigo. The disrespect to Rodrigo is ridiculous. The disrespect. Put some respect on my boy's name. He's the best Bengali player that we all know. Come on now, stop playing. All right, guys. Hold on. I do got to pull up these tweets, and I will get back into the comments, but I feel like I've been doing the comments for like the entire stream. So just 1 second, chat. 1 second. Let me pull this up right here, right? So we have a few tweets, right? So far, here are the injuries for Madrid at the moment, right? So you got Jude, who's out for 1 month. You got Camavinga, who got injured the day before the Super Cup, who's out for 2 months. Now you have David Alaba, who's out till October, right? So again, like the injury trend is not looking the best right now. But luckily, I think that we do have players that can step up in that Jude kind of role. In terms of, you got Luka Modric, you got Brahim, you got Arda Güler, right? Nobody's brought up Brahim Diaz yet, right? Everybody's talking about Modric or Güler. And I think I would pick one of those two to start, and we're going to do that in a second. But Brahim Diaz, whenever he gets an opportunity to start, he's played really well. I thought last season he did well with his opportunities, right? And I couldn't understand why Spain wouldn't call him up. That's why he had to switch to the Moroccan national team, because Spain, for some reason, just never wanted to call. I couldn't understand it. But this guy's a really good player, right? You guys saw in that preseason game against Chelsea, he was cooking, Brahim Diaz was, and he played as the false 9 because we ran the 4-4-2, literally. So, yeah, man, look. What else? I think I have a few tweets as well. I bookmarked. No. Damn, I got a lot of fucking bookmark tweets. That's probably like transfer news that I was doing. Where's it at? Why is it not going in order? I know I got more bookmark tweets about this damn injury. Oh, look, here it is. Okay, look. So this is the injury that they're saying that he suffered. I forget what it's called. Plantar fasciitis. I don't know if anybody in here is going to medical school, but that looks like the heel of your foot, right? Now, luckily, right, I'm just built a little different. You feel me? I don't really ever get injuries like that, so I don't know what that feels like. But I wonder what happened. Like, I hope that they drop a video, and maybe I'll check on stream. But look, here are the matches that Bellingham will potentially miss. So obviously, he's not going to be playing this Sunday against Real Valladolid. You also got Las Palmas, Betis, Sociedad, Espanyol, and Alaves, and then whatever Champions League game is thrown in the mix here. And luckily, I don't think any of these teams should beat us regardless, right? And then, yeah, they're saying that Madrid released a report following tests carried out today on Jude Bellingham by Real Madrid's medical team. The player has been diagnosed with an injury to the plantaris muscle in his right leg. His progress will be monitored. And what I'll actually do is I have a whole Real Madrid tab on Twitter. So we could maybe just scroll through this real quick, and then we'll get into the starting 11s. Mario Martin says goodbye to Real Madrid. Oh, okay. Where's he going? Where's he going? Let me see. Rodrigo will start as the number 10 versus Valladolid. Huh? Whoa, chat. Rodrigo will... What? Okay, well, I'm definitely glad I saw this before we started building our lineup. What? So then we're not going to be running a 4-3-3. I think we're going to be in a 4-4-2 now. And then they'll have Rodrigo start, because I thought we would stay in the 4-3-3 and then you just insert Arda or Modric. where Jude plays. But this is giving me a 4-4-2 now if Rodrigo's going to be running the 10. Interesting. What do you guys think about that, chat? Rodrigo starting in the 10. I think he could do a job there, but it's interesting. Let me see. I'm not seeing any videos about his injury. Yeah, Rodrigo will play as a number 10 against Valladolid behind Mbappe and Vinny. Oh, shit. Yo, chat. 4-4-2 then. Interesting. That's not what I was going to predict. Wow. Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm trying to see if they dropped the video because I remember when Camavinga got hurt, they dropped a video. Brazil squad? Oh, yeah, for the September stuff, right? Who's here that we care about? Militao. Okay. Rodrigo. Endrick. Okay. And Vinny. All right. We will probably do some of those friendly watch-alongs. I think, is it World Cup qualified? Yeah. Okay, called up for Brazil at 18 years old, the number 9. That's amazing. That's amazing. All right, yeah. They don't have a video about, his injury. I think it would have dropped by now, right? Yeah. Yeah. All right, cool. Whatever. But yeah, let's get into predicting the matchup against Real Valladolid. Now, I remember last time we played these guys. I'm trying to remember. The last time that we played them, it wasn't last season. I think it was the year before, 2022, 2023. And I think we beat the hell out of them. I think it was like 5-0. No, 4-0. Last time we played them, I think it was like 4-0 or 5-0. I remember, like, we dominated them that game. But look, as we talked about, no Jude, no Camavinga. I think regardless, we should be beating these guys, right? They're just getting promoted from the second division. They should not be in the game with us, right? But I kind of felt that same way against Mallorca. And we saw how that game went, where they absolutely dominated us. And I just couldn't believe what I was watching. So I don't want to take this game I don't want to just shit on Real Valladolid, but we should be winning this game regardless, chat. And I need you guys to give me your score predictions. Drop your score predictions in the chat, guys. Let me know what you guys are thinking for this game. And then I'll build the starting 11, and then I'll give my predictions after that. Yeah, I'm so behind on comments. Let me see. Make sure I catch some of the newer ones. Rodrigo could never carry a team the same way that Saka has. Well, what has Saka carried you to? Second place? No trophies? Congratulations, bro. The great Saka, the mighty Saka, carrying you to second place again. Wow, what an accomplishment, bro. Congratulations. That's amazing. The only thing Saka has over Rodrigo is a better left foot. Fair. Let's see. Saka performs against City. Okay, bud. Rodrigo, for me, is an even better finisher of the ball than Vinny. Ooh. Okay. I think Rodrigo does have a better shot on him than Vinny does in terms of the level of finishes that he has, right? Yo, Rodrigo scores some bangers, bro. We need to start cooking teams in La Liga because the Champions League is in a month. Nah, don't worry, bro. Look, and we all know, right? The Champions League, like, obviously, like, that's what the majority of casual people that don't watch Madrid play. That's what they care about. But La Liga is your bread and butter. Like, that's what you're going to be playing 80% of the season, right? So I do agree. That is where you need to find some form. Rodrigo, for me, is even better. Oh, I think I already clicked on that one. Yo, what's going on, Adam? Big up, bro. Big up. Let me see. Yeah, that means Valverde on the right. Probably. Yeah, and now I think Arda can't start. Not in a 4-4-2, the diamond. Modric would start then as the left CM. Because if you're going to start Arda, you wouldn't start Arda to be as like a CM. You'd play him in that attacking midfielder role or on the right wing. Let me see. Rodrigo, Saka as a player, but Saka is a superior right winger and is the best right winger in the world. Saka's not even better than Lamine Yamal. Now, let me stop. Saka is a good player, though. It's valid, bro. Can drift to the left and right. No, I mean, it's true. It's true, but I thought we'd stay in the 4-3-3, though. That's why, and again, you guys know, I don't want to see Rodrigo dropped unless he stops performing. But we saw him. He's the reason that we got some points against Mallorca. I like seeing Vinny as a striker. It'll force him to improve his finishing, and he'll actually really be a good striker when he played there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like there were times when, because even though we started off in the 4-4-2 last season, it would kind of like in game, it would always just go to like a 4-3-3, and then you would just have Jude up the pitch down the middle, but you would see like Rodrigo and Vinny pick up the ball on the wings. But nah, for sure, I think the improvements that Vinny has made, especially finishing, it is so crazy considering where he was when he first came. Pratik, what's going on? Modric should be in midfield for more control. Okay. Real Madrid bought every Brazilian attacker. Hey, look, man. Brazil FC. Brazil is the best footballing country in the world if you want young talent, right? So why not go there and get them? I'm a Madrid fan, but no, Saka's a good player. He is. Like, this is just kind of just me just talking some shit. 6-0. See, I knew it was something crazy like that. Like, I remember the last time we played them, we battered them. I see. I said what, 5 or 4-0, but 6-0. Okay. No disrespect to Adoy, but I think this one will be quite straightforward. Yeah, but Nick, we were saying that last week from Mallorca. And then they ended up outplaying us. So I don't want to necessarily disrespect them too much. Rajat, what's going on, bro? All right, here we go. So 4-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. Okay. I'm liking these predictions. Can play Rodrigo Guler or play Diaz as a 10. Yeah, but they already said that Rodrigo will start in the 10. I don't mind it, and he's good enough to do it, but yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, what's going on, Rajat? 3-0? No, 2-0. My fault. 2-0? Okay. Make sure. Why do Arsenal fans hype up Martinelli that much? I think Martinelli's a decent player, but yeah, he has to perform better this season because last season was not good enough. All right, I'm all caught up on comments, right? All right, bet. Oh, 2K Player says, for me, Rodrigo is better than Vinny ability. Yes, I agree. Ability-wise, he is. But in terms of reliability, he is not that player. He is inconsistent, and Vinny is a moments player. Okay, you know what? I will agree. I'd say Vinny does perform better. Vinny is the main man. But I think just from a technical footballing aspect, as a winger, I do think that Rodrigo is just as good, if not better, than Vinicius. But it's not Rodrigo's team, right? Vinny is the one that scores the goals, right? And I think what makes Vinny so great is that he's electric, right? He's fast as shit, and he's very direct, and he's good with the ball at his feet. And I think that we are seeing Vinny more so now becoming a player that creates, right? Like against like Valladolid, right? It was his assist from Rodrigo, and I think he also created a few other opportunities as well, right? You guys saw in that Super Cup against Atalanta, he got the assist for Valverde. He should have also got another assist if Rodrigo would have scored his chance before halftime. Right. So I think he's also adding that to his game as well. And if Vinny can add his pass, like, if he can up his passing and become a better creator, because I think he's already a good one. But if he can up that, then yeah, he's clear. But yeah, he's very direct. And I like that Vinny is aggressive. He attacks defenders. He's not one of those wingers. See, and I know that we kind of were talking about Saka, not to kind of get off track too much, but like the issue that I have with Saka is that Saka is not aggressive, right? Like Saka gets the ball, passes it back. Saka is not attacking the left back necessarily, right? Like he's always trying to do give and goes. Vinny and even sometimes Rodrigo, they're running at the defenders. Like ask Joshua Kimmich how it felt playing against Vinicius. This guy was trying to switch back into midfield. Vinicius made Kimmich, who's a good player that I think a lot of people rate. He was making him look like a MLS player. He was making him look like a bum. You know what I'm saying? So I do like that, like the aggressiveness, right? Like go at the defense. Let them make a mistake. It's a good point to not underestimate, but our team makes a statement, especially for sure. And I think, look, it's also the first home game of the season. It's going to be at the Bernabéu. Mbappe's home debut. They better go out there and perform. Because if they have a similar level performance to like what happened against Mallorca at home, no way. No way. The home crowd, the white handkerchiefs, the whistling is going to be crazy. And I'll be here booing as well. I'm going to make sure that I get me a handkerchief so I can wave it on stream if the performance is not good enough. But, let's get into the starting 11, though, guys. All right, so we're going to change this formation, right? It is a 4-4-2, but not this kind of 4-4-2, right? Because, like, this is not the diamond. Hopefully they have the diamond here. You know what? We'll build it like this. This is how it's going to be, right? Technically, it's a 4-4-2, but on this, it's a 4-1-2-1-2. Same thing. I hate how they have all these big-ass ads that just keep popping up, right? So, look, obviously in goal, we're going to go with Courtois. We have to see what happens with Lunin, though, this season. Is he going to leave or what? Because he only has a year left on his deal. So, guy has to figure out what he wants to do, right? Danny Carvajal at right back. All right. Obviously, Militao. Let's get that in there. I'm going to always X out the ads. Rudiger. Let's get my guy in here. Now, one thing that I have not touched on this stream is left back, no Ferland Mendy. Don't forget, at the end of that Mallorca game, he did get a red card for a high tackle with his studs up. So I believe it's going to be Fran Garcia. Like, there's nobody else there that you can necessarily start if it's not Fran Garcia. So, yeah. And I don't actually mind Fran Garcia, right? I mean, he's not as good as Mendy, but Fran Garcia is a pretty decent left back, bro. And he's a great crosser of the ball. He's actually one of the best crossers of the ball that we have. Like last season, I loved when we needed to break down teams and Fran Garcia came on with Joselu because Joselu is so good in the air. And now you have somebody that's going to be whipping those crosses in. Fran Garcia is an amazing crosser of the ball. So I think he'll do a good job, though. Tchouaméni in the 6. Right CM, Valverde. Get in there. Left CM, I believe it will be Luka Modric. I can't see Arda starting there. I can't. So, yeah, Luka Modric. And then, obviously, they already put out the report. Rodrigo will be in the 10. I don't mind it. And then, who do you think starts as the left striker? Not that it necessarily matters, right? Because, yeah, let me see. I'll go Mbappe. I think they'll put Mbappe kind of on like that left so that he could have a better, whatever. And I think Vinny. But I think that it'll be interchanging. It'll be fluid. This is the 11 that I see for out there on Sunday. What do you guys think? Did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything, right? Let me see. Madrid issues are bigger problems than Vinny, Rodrigo, and Mbappe right now. So then let us know in the comments, Pratik, what is their issues? Let me know, my guy. And big up to everybody that's in here, man. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe also, chat. Get Rashford. He is Marcus Rashford. Rajat, at which club are you saying to get Marcus Rashford to? There's no way you're talking about Madrid. I feel offended that you even made that recommendation. Rajat, you've hurt my feelings, bro. You literally hurt my feelings. Cannot believe I just saw that. What are your thoughts about Roberto going to Como FC? Roberto? Do you mean Nico Paz? I think it's a good move. I like that we added who the hell is Roberto? Hold on, let me make sure I'm not. Who the hell? I saw Nico Paz went to Como. Roberto. Oh, Sergi Roberto, the Barcelona player. I don't care about him. Bro, it's whatever, I guess. I mean, go to Italy. I mean, it's nice weather in Italy, some pasta, some garlic bread, Yeah. But I mean, I don't really have any thoughts about Sergi Roberto going to Como. I don't really care, bro. 24 likes right now? Hey, that's tough. That's tough. Big up, everybody. Appreciate that, man. Nah, we will batter them. They will probably play terrorism football until we score. Yo, to be fair, though, right? I think that we do have to give some of these La Liga teams a lot of credit because they do actually try and play. Like, they press, they're aggressive, right? Like, you saw against Mallorca how they were playing. But, I mean, I would personally sit back and try to hit Madrid on the counter if I had to go against them. That's how I would set up. But, Vinny Jr. left, Mbappe right. All right, fair enough. I mean, look, like, it's interchangeable, right? Like, it's, it doesn't have to necessarily be Fire 11. Amazing. Okay, cool. So then, yeah, like, we're kind of all in agreement, like, with that. And real quick, I do want to bring up this graphic again, right? We were looking at this graphic yesterday, and it, this just shows the average player positioning our last two games, right? This cannot run on Sunday. This has to be a lot better, right? I think against Atalanta, a little bit more balanced. Against Mallorca, I don't know what the fuck happened. The right wing completely abandoned. We got to do a better job of space. And again, I know that Carlo gives these players a lot of freedom, right? He lets them, decide on the pitch where they're going to make their runs and different things. But I think he does have to give a little bit more instruction. You just cannot have the right side of your attack non-existent. You can't. Because when you're going to be going up against, like, that could work against a Mallorca, right? That may work against an Alaves, right? Or a Real Valladolid, right? That can work against teams like that. But when you're going to go into the Champions League, and if the average positioning is like what it was against Mallorca, where Dani Ceballos, sorry, not Ceballos, fucking hell, Dani Carvajal is our right winger, basically, we're going to get cooked. Because now that makes us so easy to defend. And I think that's why against Mallorca, we couldn't break them down. Because everybody's on the left side of the pitch. And that is a concern that people had even before the season started with the personnel that we were bringing in. So, yeah, I definitely don't want to see this. I do not. But, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. What are you guys saying in the chat, man? Leave me alone, Rajat. Leave me alone. Real Valladolid just beat Espino. Yeah, I think they're sitting like 4th in La Liga right now. So, hey, look, we're near relegation. They're near top of the table. So, look, fair enough. David versus Goliath then on Sunday, right? We're David. They're Goliath, right? Bro, 2K player, yo. I think Rajat's just trolling. He's just trolling. Yeah. He's like just kidding because Rashford is shit. For the game, I will have Gula Rodriguez situation with Jude out. Yeah, but I think Deca, and big up to Deca. I didn't even notice that you were in here, bro. My guy. But yeah, the reports have already said that it's gonna be Rodrigo on the 10. So that's why I think it'll be a 4-4-2. Right? Now, maybe they do run like a 4-3-3 with him as like that attacking midfielder, but I don't see that happening, to be honest. Why is Rodrigo playing central? Not sure. Nah, Rodrigo can definitely play the 10, right? Rodrigo could play as a 10, left wing, right wing, and as a center forward. And he's really good on the ball, right? I think Rodrigo is a better 10 than Jude because of his qualities on the ball. Rodrigo is very technical, and Rodrigo has a good shot on him as well. So with him being near the goal, right, with him being more central, that does mean that he will be like able to maybe take more shots, which he's really good at. So, yeah, I think he's good enough to link play. He's a good passer, right? I think that he's the profile of player that can pull strings. But I think that we will see Arda come on, though, in the second half. And I think that we will see Arda in the 10, which I wouldn't mind seeing as well, because I think that's his best position is playing as an attacking midfielder. First at Atlanta, he was more at camp than at right wing, where he's used to playing. Particular says, like, right, Carlo don't like to take bigger risk. He will start Modric. Fair. But is it really a risk to start a player like Arda Güler against a Real Valladolid? Because to me, it's not. I mean, you guys saw like Arda Güler perform really well at the Euros, right? I mean, this guy was having a big game in the biggest tournament of the summer. I'm pretty sure it's not a risk if he does end up starting, right? Like if this report was false and that is who they go with. And I don't really think anybody's going to be that upset if it does turn out that Güler is the guy that they want to put out there in midfield. But my final score prediction, I'll say for Sunday, give me, I said 3-0 last week, right? And that didn't end up happening. So I'm going to go 3-0 again. Give me 3-0. I think that's how we'll win. Valladolid should not be scoring, bro. We should be done. You know what? Give me 4-0. Give me 4-0. We got to make a statement. Got to make a statement. First game at home for the season. You're coming off of getting embarrassed by Mallorca. I expect complete domination. I don't care who's out that game. There's no excuse for us to not dominate and pick up 3 points. Like I don't see any. So I think this will be the starting 11, guys. And yeah, that's what we'll rock with. Let me see what you guys are saying before we end this off. Going with 2-0 or 3-0. All right, yo, big up. Yo, shout out to everybody that was in here, guys. This match preview was super fun. Big up to you guys for putting your comments in there, smashing the likes. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you've not done so. When I end this video, it's going to redirect you to the watch along that we're doing tonight, right? Well, not tonight, but in a few hours. We're going to be doing Mönchengladbach versus Bayer Leverkusen. We're going to see how they start their season defending their title, right? Bayer Leverkusen, we will be keeping an eye on them, right? Also, we will be keeping an eye on Xabi Alonso, who a lot of people think is just the next successor after Carlo Ancelotti leaves. So, you know, a little bit of Florian Wirtz, right? We can also watch Hincapi as well, the defender that I like. Some Jeremy Frimpong. Yeah, that will be in a few hours, guys. So, you know, when it takes you over there, just smash the like button, right? Make sure you guys also subscribe. Turn on your post notifications so you don't miss when I go live. And yeah, chat, big up. I'll catch you guys on the next one in a bit, people. I'm out. Peace.